Hello, Lions. This is your U.S. History Roaring 1920s Scrapbook Project Research Video Helper. So you have a separate video about pictures. So I'm going to let you know that that video is linked here and embedded down here. This video is just for the research part. And so I'm going to link it here and embed it here. And it's also going to be available in your Mac and VIA group. So this is all going to be in your Canvas, but you can also access it from readylibrary.com. So I'm going to click on the click here to open up the Mac and VIA group. And you'll notice up here in the instructions, you have your assignment sheet. You also have a copy of the outline and notes page, as well as the required topics. So it's really important with our resources that you spell things correctly. So you've really got to make sure that if you're looking up nativism or Harlem Renaissance or organized crime, that you spell these things correctly when you are searching for them in our resources. So Britannica School is the first one we're going to start with. So Britannica is an online encyclopedia. So like when you go and you look things up online and you're just looking things up for fun, and you might go to Wikipedia. Well, Britannica is like the legit, researched, you have to pay for it version of Wikipedia. So it's really, really good. A really, really good resource. So I am going to come back over here to the topics, and I'm just going to choose one. I'm going to choose Harlem Renaissance, and I'm going to put it over here, and then I'm going to search it up in Britannica School. You'll notice that here is an article right at the top about it. So this article, I want to show you a couple of different things. One, you can adjust the reading level here. So you can move it to a 1, which is just a little bit lower, and then a 2, which is kind of medium, and then a 3, which is a little bit higher. So you can adjust the reading level and the information accordingly to what you need. I just wanted you to know about that as well. So let's say I'm going to use this article in my project. If I were going to use this article, I would have to cite it. Let me back up. So before I get to that, so I am going to open up the outline. So this is where you're going to put the information for your teacher to grade. So you're going to choose your your technology platform on this document. You're going to put in the title of your project, your slogan, your name, and then down here is where you're going to start looking things up. Okay, so I'm down in Harlem Renaissance, so I'm going to pretend like I've already done those other things. So this is where you're going to find out a Harlem Renaissance writer, a short bio of that person, an excerpt of their work. What is the Harlem Renaissance? And you'll notice you have a space here to put your notes, and then you also have a space here to put your resource. So what is the Harlem Renaissance? If I didn't know, I could look it up here. I believe you're using MLA. So you want to make sure that you choose, let me just double check that. I'm almost positive that's what we're doing, MLA. So you want to, pretty sure that's what we're doing. Coach Club, you can correct me if I'm wrong and be like, no, it's APA. But if it's MLA, then great, we're on the right track. So I'm going to copy and paste this information right here, and I'm going to put it into my outline page over here. So I'm going to put it here in this source, and then what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm then going to put, information here. So what I do not want to do is I do not want to just copy and paste things from here. What I want to do is I want to find some information, right? And let's say, I find here's the background, right? So I'm like, this is a phrase of a larger new Negro movement that emerged in the early 20th centuries and ushered in the civil rights movement. The social foundations of this movement include the Great Migration. So there's lots of information here. So I would pick out the bits and pieces that I wanted and put them in my own words and put them over here. And then my teacher would know that that information came from this source, right? All right, so let's do the next one. Okay, so American history. I'm going to open up ABC Clio American history next. And here we go. And so I am going to put in the Harlem Renaissance, which, oh no, I don't know how to spell it. Remember, you can copy and paste. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy and paste it. That way I make sure and spell it correctly from my Mac and Via group. So I just copied it from the list right here and put it over here. And you'll notice there are some articles about the Harlem Renaissance. So art in the Harlem Renaissance, drama. So let's say I wanted to focus on music, right? So I could click music right here because I love music. So I want to do, I want to talk about jazz, right? So I could then find, a person in here. So I could talk about Ethel Waters or whatever. And then what I could do is, let's say I want to do Duke Ellington. Oh, I kind of heard something about Duke Ellington. I want to do that. So I can, if I use any information from this article, I would want to cite it. But if I'm like, I just want to find out more about Duke Ellington, I can click on Duke Ellington, and it's going to lead me straight into a biography about Duke Ellington, what this person did, what they contributed, all of that kind of stuff. And now I would use this citation if I'm for sure going to use article from this. I would use this MLA citation right here, and I would put this over here in my notes because this is the spot for my citation, and then I could put in, that I am doing Duke Ellington. Oops. Okay. And then I would put in my bio, an excerpt from their work. What is Duke Ellington's most famous, jazz piece or something like that. And then I would continue to fill this out. Um, so that is how you're going to get your information. And the other ABC Clio American Government works very similar. I'm also going to show you this one. This is the in context, scale in context. So again, I'm like, oh, Harlem Renaissance. I just cannot spell that Renaissance word. Come over here, paste it in here, search it up. And you'll notice here is an article with an overview. So this will give me just a little bit of information about this particular thing. And I can cite it right here. I can also back over here, Harlem Renaissance, you'll notice that there are lots of other things. So there's 30 reference articles. There's 15 biographies. So let's say I'm still looking for the person I want to do. I could click on biographies. Oh, Langston Hughes. I've heard of that person. Maybe I want to do that person, or Zora Neale Hurston, or whoever. So I can then click on these. And so I'm going to click on Zora Neale Hurston. I'm going to pretend like I've chosen her. And to get the citation for this, I would click on that site, and then I would copy and paste this into my information, into my notes page, so that I have all my sources. All right, so when you finish with this, you should have all of these boxes filled in with sources and your information from those sources, as well as collecting the pictures, which you will learn about how to do in the next video. As always, Lions, if you have any questions or concerns or problems as you're going through this project, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help. Good luck, Lions.